While surfing, a young boy was trailed by a killer whale that circled him relentlessly, emitting constant cries for help. However, the boy mistook its intentions for aggression and brandished a weapon to drive it away. Terrified, the orca was forced to flee, but it soon approached others once more. Despite its desperate attempts to signal for help, the language barrier meant a young girl failed to understand its intent. She naively assumed the orca was merely playing, unaware that its companions had been stranded for days. The orca knew instinctively that only humans could resolve this dire crisis. As the minutes ticked by, the tourists still failed to grasp its urgency, and the orca's cries for help grew increasingly hoarse and feeble. After a brief pause, the whale flicked its tail and dove back into the ocean, yet it refused to abandon its mission to save its kin. It then set its sights on an experienced diver, who immediately recognized the distress signal. The group followed closely behind, and guided by the orca, they finally discovered the trapped companions. The stranded orcas were already profoundly weak, struggling even to move their tail fins. The group rushed to initiate a rescue, but with the whales weighing several tons, the strength of a few people was simply not enough to push them back into the deep. Just as they were reaching their wits' end, they discovered another stranded orca nearby. Both massive creatures were hovering on the brink of death, their life force slowly ebbing away. The rescuers worked frantically to dig away the surrounding silt, allowing as much seawater as possible to envelop their bodies. Under the relentless heat of the scorching sun, the agonizing cries of the creatures echoed continuously. Without a swift return to the sea, they would soon perish from dehydration. Despite the overwhelming difficulty of the task, no one present considered giving up. Braving the surging tides and the risk of being swept away, they painstakingly dragged the orcas toward the deep sea, inch by difficult inch. Sweat and seawater mingled, soaking through everyone's clothing, yet the drive to move forward remained unbroken. More and more volunteers arrived as word spread, their collective goodwill condensing into a powerful force. The miracle of unity was truly realized in that moment. Working with a singular heart, they overcame every obstacle and finally successfully returned the two orcas to the deepwater zone. Once saved, the orcas did not simply vanish. They lingered on the surface nearby, letting out low, gentle calls from the depths and leaping softly above the waves, as if offering their most sincere gratitude to their saviors. Not long after, the girl encountered an orca while diving. It showed no signs of aggression. Instead, it circled her constantly, silently guarding her every step. It was only when she safely returned to her boat that she realized this was the very same orca they had saved together. From that day forward, whenever the girl went diving, the orca would appear right on time, often swimming into the shallows to play and interact with her intimately. An encounter born from a desperate plea for help evolved into a sincere bond that transcended species. Through its enduring loyalty and companionship, the orca answered human kindness and gentleness with a love of its own.